Kampete is a young calm lady from the town of Okotoburu. She was unkempt, ugly, and very timid. Looking at how her hair is scattered and how dirty, looks like a monkey stepping out of the big forest filled with dirt. People don't usually enjoy her company based on the fact that she has a body odor. Look at how they are treating and pushing her. She has no friend. Severia mocked her. Whenever they see her pass, she was like a cursed person. Based on this, she avoided to move about, especially places people can't see her. People like market women send her away whenever she comes to buy something with her money, as if she was begging when she was not. Look at how they are pushing her away. This made her to live only on fruit, mostly gotten from the forest, and that can tell from the tiny looks and the way she is skinny. One fateful afternoon, a family moved into the community. A very loving and happy family, a man and the wife with their adopted daughter, as she was not able to conceive after 20 years of marriage. Mrs. Ozemilam is a good woman that is very humble and friendly. She is a friend to the poor, the rich, the adult, and the teens as well. She is so concerned about the next person to the point that she can go hungry to make another person feel alright. It was not long as they packed in for her to notice Miss Kampete. She was heartbroken the way the people were treating that orphan girl. She followed her secretly to find where she was living. The next day, she took food to her, clothing, and toiletries, as if that was not enough. The preceding day, she bought some new clothes and shoes together with undies for her. Every day, she never missed to check up on her. At a point, Miss Kampete was skeptical because this is the first time she's feeling somebody trying to show love or care. But what can she do? She had to accept. At a point, Miss Kampete was beginning to be free with her, unlike the onset. Miss Kampete started visiting Mrs. Ozemilam. Within a short period of time, Mrs. Ozemilam was able to transform this ugly, stinking lady, and her beauty started to come up. The body odor diminished. She was now wearing costly perfumes, expensive outfits, like a princess. In one of those days, Mrs. Ozemilam went to visit her. Only Miss Kampete, whom we run out the house to see her at the compound in order to avoid her coming into the room. But this time, she invited Mrs. Ozemilam in because she knew she can be free with her. As she came in, Mrs. Ozemilam couldn't hold what she discovered. She discovered that the house was unkept. The stench from the room could give a pregnant woman something else to carry. I beg, don't ask me what to. Okay, please let's continue. Mrs. Ozemilam pretended not to mind those stinking odor. She started to clean the place for her. While she was doing that, she also used this as an avenue and opportunity to teach her how to keep the room tidy as a lady. When she finished, she talked and played with Miss Kampete. Miss Kampete have come to love her, and not just loving her, she has noticed that she is barren. Miss Kampete brought her mysterious mirror companion. She asked Mrs. Ozemilam to look at the mirror, which she did innocently. She started appreciating Mrs. Ozemilam while she was looking at the mirror. Both were looking at the mirror, and Miss Kampete was expressing gratitude to Mrs. Ozemilam, telling her how she has worked hardly to turn her into this beautiful person they are looking at now. From being a mockery to a celebrity. Thank you, Mrs. Ozemilam. I really appreciate and I love you like the mother I didn't have. Thank you. Words will fail me to thank you enough. I don't know what I'm going to do for you, but thank you. While all those were going invisibly, she was transferring fertility to Mrs. Ozemelam's womb. After all the talk and companion's friendship, Mrs. Ozemelam left the place. She slept with the husband that night. They made love like they have not done before. The next month, she conceived, bearing triplets of boys. Wow, what a miraculous occurrence, because the siege of barrenness has been broken. People were noticing all that was going on, the change on Miss Kampete, and the miraculous conception and safe delivery of triplets by Mrs. Ozemelam. For the family never stopped talking about the favor they have been receiving for coming in contact with Miss Kampete. This made the people to start finding a way to make friends with Miss Kampete. The married women who have been barren for years or having challenges of childbearing were now coming close just for the selfish interest of conceiving. The young ones who have lacked favor in one way or the other started coming close, including all those who mocked her. She welcomes their plea for friendship, but after some time, each and every one of them started disappearing one after the other. She will invite them to her room. As they come in, she will bring her various mirror, hand it over to them. While they are looking at it, she will ask them to remove the ugly plantation of death close to their mouths. They will be seriously looking for it. Then she'll be judging them by incantation. In a twinkle of an eye, they will start evaporating like dust being absorbed by the mirror's reflection. This is what she was doing, and each time as they step into the room looking at the mirror, they will be disappearing untraceably. No one will be able to find them. Miss Kampete was using this as a revenge to the people, every one of them that mocked and shamed and treated her badly. This is how she was paying them back. This continued till one day when Mrs. Ozemelam sent her adopted daughter to take food to Miss Kampete. On getting to the door, she perceived she is with someone she did not wish to disturb. She dropped the food by the door, turned to leave, but the inquisitive nature in things pushed her to peep from the window, only to find the ugly secret no one knew. She fearfully ran back home to inform her mom. She summoned courage to invite Miss Kampete and tucked away from her the passion to revenge. Mrs. Kampete was listening to Mrs. Ozemelam. Mrs. Ozemelam kept telling her the everlasting pain she is causing herself, because no amount of revenge will take away the pain. As revenge don't take away hurt, rather it increases it. She advised Miss Kampete to only do good with the gift she has received from the mirror. Then Miss Kampete narrated to Mrs. Ozemelam how the strange mirror got to her hand. It was one of the days, as people were chasing and treating her badly, that she ran to the side of the river. While there crying and lamenting, it looks as if she had the wave in an unusual way, and everywhere was calm. Not even the noise of a bird could be heard, including the forest. Everyone was still. Then she turned her left side, saw by the side a mirror standing, and she took the handheld mirror, and she had a very loud voice, "Use it to do whatever you desire and want." That is the story of Veras mirror. Veras is a Spanish word which means devouring mirror. Thank you for watching African Relaxing Tales of the G's. We look forward to seeing you again. Please, if it blessed you, like, subscribe, and share. Always watch the end. We are open to feedback, to listen from you on what you have to say regarding our script. Thank you so much, as we look forward for your feedback.